In the ring right now, the #1 ranked lightweight fighter in the World Series of Boxing, Vasyl Lomachenko. And I've been looking forward to this fight. This is going to be a great one, ladies and gentlemen. Samat Bashenov is his opponent from Kazakhstan, and this one is going to bring down the house. This, in my opinion, could be the most exciting fight of the night. In the lightweight division, we have Lomachenko, who's very, very well established amateur boxer, going up against Bashenov, who's no pushover himself. Take a look at the stats on Bashenov, 25 years old, 5-1 overall, and for this season, undefeated. Lomachenko is 5-0 as well. He's ranked #1. And the list of accomplishments on the part of Lomachenko are quite long. Buckle your seatbelts if you want to listen to these ones. 2008 gold medalist at the European Championships. Two-time gold medalist at the World Championships. 2008 gold medalist at the Olympic Games in Beijing. And 2012 gold medalist at the Olympic Games in London. The bad news for World Series boxing fans is that he's considering going pro probably after this season has finished. And so it will be a tremendous loss to the world of amateur boxing, but a tremendous gain to the world of professional boxing. Vasyl Lomachenko, just about as good as they get in the lightweight category. But as I said, Bashenov, absolutely no pushover whatsoever. Not ranked far behind Lomachenko and is undefeated, both guys undefeated at 5-0 coming into this fight. So this one is going to be a test for both guys. Bashenov has the home field advantage here, fighting in his home country. Lomachenko also going to have a lot of support here. As you can see in the audience, there are a lot of supporters that made the trip from Ukraine for this fight, and they are rather vocal as well. All right, there's the bell. 5 rounds, 3 minutes, 61 kilos. The lightweights. Lomachenko of Ukraine. In the blue and gold, Samat Bashenov of Kazakhstan in the gold and black. 2 of the top lightweights in World Series of Boxing, anywhere around the world for that matter. And I have a feeling that this one is going to be a little bit more eventful than the last fight we saw. Both these guys know what they're doing in there, are not afraid to take a chance and try to knock out their opponent, that's for sure. Lomachenko in that southpaw stance. Body shot, just barely deflected off the elbow that time, I believe, by Bashenov. Lomachenko now moving in, trying to get a little bit of breathing room in there. Fires one downstairs to the body. Both guys testing each other with jabs, trying to get their range. Just a couple of feelers put out there by Bashenov, but the crowd already really responding for him. Lomachenko firing back here. Straight right hand. Both guys very respectful, I think, of each other. Very cautious here in this opening round. 1 minute left in the opening round here. This one's scheduled for 5. Can hear a little chant of Ukraina, Ukrainian fans in attendance. As I said, they're probably going to be very, very vocal for their fighter, Lomachenko. They know what he's capable of. Oh, there was a solid left hand that time by the Ukrainian. That may change the complexity here of round number 1. A lot of times these opening rounds are very telling because this is kind of a feeling out process. Is he going to get an 8 count for that? I thought that was more of a slip. I'm not so sure about that. There was a shot on there, but I don't know if that's what really knocked him down or not. I'd like to see a replay of that. That was close. Looks like he is feeling that shot pretty bad, but I think it was his footwork that was kind of had a crossed feet or something. I don't know. Let's see if we can get another look at that. Oh, yeah, he stepped right on his foot. Looks like he stepped on his foot, and then he hit him with a left hand, and that's what knocked him down. Well, nonetheless, it was a knockdown, and there you have it. So, one judge scoring at 10-8, another one 8-10 and 8-10, so it's a... Wow. Wow, that was interesting. Right at the end of the round there. Not a whole lot going on in that round. And suddenly, just at the last seconds, just within the last 10 seconds or so of the fight, was a knockdown, and that is a huge advantage now for Lomachenko. See if Lomachenko can capitalize here in round number 2. Bashenov coming out looking a lot more aggressive here in round number 2. He knows he's got some work to do. Look at what fantastic condition Lomachenko seems to be in physically. Bashenov not looking too shabby as well, but Lomachenko looks like he's spent a lot of long days in the gym. A little bit of a left hand there from Lomachenko. Short little combinations, little powder puff kind of shots there. Again, not a whole lot of damage being done. Holding on to him a little bit was the Kazakhstani fighter. Back and forth action again, both guys being a little bit cautious still. Little uppercut there attempted by Bashenov. Lomachenko answering back. I'm still wondering about that knockdown in the first round. I wish we could get another replay of that. It looked like he just stepped on his foot just as he fired off a big left hand. I could be wrong, but it looked like he was stepping all over the feet. That's what happens time and time again when you have a southpaw fighter going up against an orthodox fighter, is they both have their lead legs going towards each other. And a lot of times when you step in for a punch, you'll step all over the foot. It's so much easier to step on the foot of your opponent. As you can see, look at their legs right here. But he just stepped on his foot again. They got both their lead legs are facing each other, and they'll step all over the foot of their opponent. And if somebody's got their foot on your toe and they hit you as you're going backwards, that's an easy way to trip up. Now, nonetheless, even if it was a trip, there was a heck of a left hand behind it when he did hit him. So I could see why the judge scored it a knockdown anyway. Oh, nice little shot there off the break. A right hook. It is protect yourself at all times. That was the fighters breaking themselves that time, I believe, not even the referee. So it was definitely a legal shot right on the chin. I'll tell you what, Bashenov has better be careful towards the end of the round. because he's taken a lot of punishment. Boom! Look at that. Sneaky little left hand there.
Samat Bashenov.
And a 10-9 round for Lomachenko. He is now ahead, at least by 2 of the judges. I can't see. One of the judges scored it 10-8 in favor of Bashenov in the first round. How is that possible? That must have been a mistake or something. Lomachenko knocked him down. How does he win the round 10-8? I have no clue about that one. So, but the way Lomachenko is fighting in this fight, I don't think it's going to matter. I think by the end of this round or the next round, he's going to be ahead on all 3 judges' scorecards anyway. Unless Bashenov can really put something together here.
Rounds up going into the third. And Lomachenko looking as menacing, but as quick and as fast.
Lomachenko now taking a few shots from Bashenov.
Yeah, beating his opponent to the punch. I think what they've said to Bashenov.
Look at him moving around in there, sticking and moving. And he's winning this fight defensively is the best thing. Is Bashenov, since the second round opened up, has been a lot more aggressive. He's been trying to cut down the ring, but Lomachenko is so good defensively. He can't really help himself.
Occasionally he'll fall in after he's attacked.
And if he does fall in, that left hand, the big left hand.
There's a little right hand that time from Bashenov, little right hook. Lomachenko still moving around the ring very nicely. Strings together a nice little combination there.
As we all well know, but the speed of the left hand.
Bashenov
really has been impressive.
Still trying to hold down the fort in the center of the ring. That doesn't matter at all to Lomachenko. I think he's more than content just to float around the outside of the ring, pick his spots, counter punch.
Elbows are tucked in and his hands are very high on the inside, so it's difficult to penetrate that guard.
Referee warning Bashenov about pushing the head down.
Oh, lovely.
But when Lomachenko comes in there so low, with his head already down low, it's so tempting to do that. Here's a nice little shot downstairs into the midsection from the Kazakhstani fighter. Lomachenko, again, there's that sneaky right hand off the break. He likes to use that, doesn't he?
5-round second competition here tonight.
Lomachenko still moving around the ring nicely. He looks like he could go 12 rounds, this guy. His energy level has not dropped a bit since the opening bell. Bashenov looks like he's getting... It could be getting time for him to be frustrated in there. He got knocked down in that first round, and he came out in the second and third saying, I'm going to take this fight back. But he hasn't been able to do that, and there could be a little bit of frustration setting in here now on the part of Bashenov. And that's not a point where you want to be in the ring. When you start fighting with your emotions like that, especially emotions like frustration, jealousy, those will get the better of you real quick in a fight.
Well, done a great job here. Michael Gallagher, the Irish referee.
All right, that's it. Round number 3 in the books. And I got to think that's going to be another 10-9 round for Lomachenko. And even though one of the judges, as I said, scored at 10-8, I believe, that first round in favor of Bashenov, which must have just pushed the wrong button or something on his control board there. I think that the scores are not going to reflect that by the end of round number 5 if it makes it that far.
Here, Nicky's maybe push Lomachenko, or try to push him and get him back onto the ropes, then try and restrict that movement a little bit. If you can do that, then we'll be asking...
World Series of Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. In the first fight, we saw Maribolat Totyov victorious over Gogolev of Ukraine, giving Kazakhstan the early advantage here in this 10-fight series. But as it looks right now, Vasyl Lomachenko could be evening things up at 1 apiece, which is very good not only for him personally, but also for the team and their chances of success here in the World Series of Boxing as well. Round number 4 is underway. Vasyl Lomachenko, 2-time Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine. He's in the blue and gold. He's been dominating this fight from bell to bell so far in round number 4. Samat Bashenov of Kazakhstan in the gold and with black trim. Not fighting too bad of a fight, to be honest. He's fighting okay, but I just have a feeling that Lomachenko is just on a different level. He's just a different kind of a fighter. This kid knows what he's doing in there. He's made a habit of winning gold medals no matter where he fights. Whether it's in the European Championships, the World Championships, the Olympics. And he definitely wants to be the winner here in the World Series of Boxing in the finals as well. And he's doing everything he can do in the ring to win this thing.
The heavyweight will be the man to close tonight's competition and part 1 of this 2-parter in the final of the World Series of Boxing for 2013.
There's that little, it was a left hand that time, off the break. Oh, and a little bit of a taste of his own medicine that time, as Samat Bashenov finally lands a telling blow. Haven't seen too many of those in this fight. Not only has Lomachenko been able to dish out the most punishment, but for the most part, he's been giving Bashenov a lot of trouble inside there, and he hasn't taken a whole lot of damage.
So all credit to his the coaching staff of the Ukraine team in the conditioning program that all their boxers must.
1 minute left now in round number 4. And thus far in the round, it seems like it's going to be another 10-9 round for Lomachenko, unless Bashenov can pull off some fireworks. Ooh, that one was on the belt line, if not below it. Luckily, it was not in the sweet spot for Lomachenko.
But Bashenov, for me, Richie, showing that he's got some strength as well, and 5 rounds is no worry.
Nice little combination that time from Lomachenko, and came dangerously close to a clash of heads as Lomachenko came in kind of low, as he's been doing on the fight, and referee warning them about the clinching. This is not a Muay Thai fight.
But again, he's given.
Ooh, nice combination there, crossed the eyes temporarily of Bashenov.
To nail his opponent down.
And look how he turns the angles. It's a great camera shot that we see.
And right on the bell. I don't see how you can score that one any other way. 10-9 again, Lomachenko.
Yeah, not a great round for Lomachenko.
And Bashenov is not going to win this fight here, not on points anyway. And I just don't see a knockout coming. I mean, Lomachenko hasn't taken almost any damage at all in this fight. And for Bashenov to be able to knock him out in this final round is really going to take a lot of effort and a little bit of luck, I think, on his part. But then again, anything is possible. This is combat sports. This is full contact boxing. And all it takes is one shot.
Nick, obviously each boxer will compete at pro level, but they retain their Olympic status, remember, which is very, very important, and that will maybe lure some amateur boxers into APB, AIBA Pro Boxing.
I think it's going to be.
All right, there's the bell, and we are underway. 5th and final round here between Lomachenko of Ukraine in the blue and gold, the former 2-time Olympic champion, gold medalist, and should be making his professional debut later this year sometime, if things go according to plan. But still got a little bit of work to do right here in round number 5 to prove that he is still at the top of the heap in the amateur rankings.
But he's got
Samat Bashenov of Kazakhstan behind 4 rounds to 0. I guess with the exception of that first round. Somehow that was 10-8 for him, even though he got knocked down.
Into a toe-to-toe war and a battle. But Lomachenko, he's having none of it. He's hitting and he's moving. He's keeping that style going. And when he's boxing in the
look at Lomachenko, he is so good. It still looks like it's the first round for this kid.
But you see now
He never slows down. You've got to start hitting this kid in the stomach, start hitting him in the breadbasket, try to take some of the steam out of his engine, take some of the wind out of his sails. This kid is just too good. I said in the beginning of the fight, what fantastic shape he looks to be in. And he is not disappointed. He's still fighting this fight in the 5th round the same way he was in the 1st. And I said it, if this fight were 12 rounds, I think he'd still be fighting the same fight in the 8th and the 9th and the 10th round.
Both of these boxers undefeated so far this season.
I think that Lomachenko doesn't really have a whole lot to prove here in this last round. And I don't think we're going to see him engaging a whole lot here. He has to know that he's got this fight won this far. I mean, they don't let the boxers know the scores. We have the luxury here at home to see the scores on the screen, but the boxers do not. But you've got to be able to know at this point, if you're Lomachenko with the kind of experience he has, that you're ahead on the scorecards. You've got nothing to prove here, so just keep doing what you've been doing. Don't take any big risks and just fight the same fight that you've been fighting for the past 4.5 rounds.
Let's not forget that Kazakhstan have won the opening bantamweight.
Oh, there's a sneaky right hand that time from Lomachenko. He's been landing that regularly the whole fight.
Needs to stay focused now.
I wonder if the southpaw stance of Lomachenko has anything to do with the uneventful fight of Samat Bashenov, because regularly, I mean, Bashenov is a really good fighter. Wonder if he's been in how many lefties he's been in the ring with. Closing seconds now, and it's over.
A little punch to the air from Lomachenko. He's confident that he's taken it.
Well, there you have it. We already know at home from seeing the scorecards what this fight looks like, but the fighters don't know. But Lomachenko he almost knocked his mouthpiece out that time. Ooh, there's another nice little shot there. And dangerously close to a clash of heads. These guys have come really close to clashing heads several times in this fight. And as we saw in the first fight, it can lead to some pretty ugly consequences.
The Kazakh boxer into him, and then away goes that lovely strong left.
Yep, tremendous stuff from Lomachenko again. And
all right, ladies and gentlemen, this one is already a foregone conclusion, but we're going to go ahead and go up to ringside and get the official announcement anyway, and get this thing settled once and for all.
Awful long way, I'd say. And perhaps for Vasyl Lomachenko, he may even return to Kazakhstan as the host to the World Amateur Championships in October. Still can contest that competition. But for now, it's all about the best professional team in the world. Kazakhstan won the first in the bantamweight division. Can the Ukraine level it up?
Jet 3, 44-50. The winner is blue corner, Vasyl Lomachenko.
And just as I said, that first round, because Lomachenko won all the other rounds, it pretty much evened itself out anyway. And Lomachenko, the gold medalist, adds another victory to his amateur career, and I'm sure he'll be probably turning pro, if the rumors are true, later on this year.